I love the How to Train Your Dragon trilogy. I remember watching the first film back when it came out in 2010 and thinking that it was a decently cute animated film with some touching moments. But after rewatching it a few years ago, I realized it was more than just that. The relationship between Hiccup and Toothless goes beyond just cute. The bond that Hiccup shares with his dragon is something that feels powerful and special in so many ways. Living in a time of dragons is typically known to be something which brings fear to humans. That's what we've always been taught, that these mythical dragons were fire-spitting, dangerous, and harmful creatures. And Hiccup grew up as a Viking, so what did Vikings do? Well, they hunted dragons. But Hiccup takes it upon himself to discover that perhaps there's more to dragons than humans realize. After hunting down a Night Fury himself, one of the most endangered powerful dragons of all time, Hiccup feels terrible. He sees a helpless dragon alone who needs help but can't fly on his own. And this moment right here is what bonds them together. Hiccup realizes that he made a mistake, that Toothless doesn't want to hurt Hiccup, but that he's simply scared.
Toothless. Could have sworn you had...
And Hiccup works with Toothless together. With Hiccup's genius mind, he develops a way to help Toothless fly. All Toothless needs is Hiccup's help to steer and guide him. The first flight scene is arguably my favorite moment in this entire trilogy, due to this connection that they share. Hiccup spends quite a bit of the movie training with Toothless, while trying to convince the other Vikings that dragons are harmless.
They're not what we think they are. We don't have to kill them.
It takes quite a bit of convincing, especially when it comes to Hiccup's father, Stoic, but he succeeds. He changes the entire civilization of Berk by the end of the film. As I mentioned in the beginning of the first film, Hiccup injured Toothless and damaged his wing, but he saves him and takes care of him. And by the end of the film, during the Vikings' battle against the Dragon's Nest, Toothless saves Hiccup's life, but Hiccup loses his leg in the process. And as Hiccup says to Toothless, he just couldn't save all of them, he just had to make it even.
You couldn't save all of me, could you? You just had to make it even. So, peg leg.
They're both injured and saved due to the actions of each other. And these are perfectly symbolic moments that are representative of their entire relationship throughout the trilogy. They truly are bonded in a way that's so special, they're inseparable. It's far more than a human and pet relationship. Toothless is everything to Hiccup, and Hiccup is everything to Toothless. And it's unbelievable that I can feel that so strongly in a film that's seemingly animated for children. Anytime that Hiccup and Toothless are separated, for instance, it's really hard for me to watch. In the second film, Toothless kills Hiccup's father, Stoic, because he was brainwashed by the dragon of the film's villain, Drago. And Hiccup blames Toothless. He instantly regrets it, but he blames him. And I promise you that I almost want to look away from the screen during this moment because it's so hard to watch.
Get away!
It's not his fault.
It wasn't your fault, bud. They made you do it. Please, you are my best friend, bud. My best friend. Attaboy, that's it!
But by the end of the trilogy, Hiccup and Toothless spend years apart, because Toothless falls in love with a female Light Fury, and together they rule the hidden world. And Hiccup ends up marrying the love of his life from all three movies, Astrid. And in a way, you want this for Hiccup and Toothless. Their paths lead them in different directions that were right for both of them. But at the same time, it's hard to watch this happen. One of the themes in the hidden world is independence. Hiccup feels that he can't live without Toothless, but feels selfish keeping him by his side when Toothless wants to spend his destined life in the hidden world. And Hiccup has others around him trying to show him that he can be independent without Toothless.
I never thought he'd stay away for good.
Do you still believe in him?
Of course. I wish he did. But he thinks he's nothing without Toothless.
Then help him realize the truth.
And it's hard to adjust to this idea as a fan of the trilogy, because their dependability on one another is part of what makes their relationship so special. Again, going back to Toothless's broken wing and Hiccup's broken leg, I love that they needed each other and were connected in this way, but at the same time, life goes on and things must change.
It's okay, bud.
You belong there.
So yes, years go by. They spend their life apart, Hiccup with Astrid and Toothless with his Light Fury. Hiccup and Astrid are married, they have children, and years down the road, they go to visit the Hidden World. And Toothless has kids of his own. Once again, Hiccup and Toothless are living the same life. Even from a distance, these two are perfectly connected. So, while there are plenty of other touching moments and character building relationships in this trilogy that make it so special, at the heart of it is always Toothless and Hiccup.